Good morning, guys. For those of you who'd like to boost your immune system, like what I'm doing this morning, go ahead and click on the Alaska Chaga link in the description box. Find out why millions of people drink Chaga tea every day. And remember, you get 10% off and free freight. And then for those of you who would like to help our veterans, go to Hero Soap Company. They're owned by vets, and they give part of their profits to veterans down on their luck. And then if you would like to learn more about CBD products and their health benefits, it's a great way to support the channel and help your health. And then for those of you who would like to start selling CBD products and have your own business within a great company, go ahead and send me an email. My email address is in the description box. Send me an email and I will send you the name and the phone number of the individual to get a hold of. Let's go ahead and dig into the news here. So Lou Dobbs sends a message to everyone. He's turning the page. And yeah, he was excellent for so many years. It says here, I miss Lou Dobbs. I know you probably do too. Fox News did poor Lou dirty. They did all of us dirty. I know a lot of time has passed and that tends to calm the anger. But we can't forget what role Fox News played in the 2020 sham election and beyond. They were in on this whole thing. Yes, they were. They all were. You betcha. With the exception of OAN, and I think that was about it. And anyway, Lou is moving on. And then this here, this article, this is fascinating to me. These Air Force rods from God could hit with the force of a nuclear weapon, but they're not nuclear. And it says the 107 country outer space treaty signed in 1967 prohibits nuclear, biological, or chemical weapons from being placed or used from Earth's orbit. What they didn't count on was the U.S. Air Force's most simple weapon ever, a tungsten rod that could hit a city with the explosive power of an intercontinental ballistic missile. And it says here, during the Vietnam War, the U.S. used what they called lazy dog bombs. These were simply solid steel pieces less than 2 inches long, fitted with fins there was no explosive. They were simply dropped by the hundreds from planes flying from above Vietnam. Lazy dog projectiles, aka kinetic bombardment, could reach speeds of up to 500 miles per hour as they fell to the ground and could penetrate 9 inches of concrete after being dropped from as little as 3,000 feet. So in other words, if they hit you, you were done. If it hit you in the head anyway. So the idea is like shooting bullets at a target, except instead of losing velocity as it travels, the projectile is gaining velocity and energy that will be expended on impact. They were shotgunning a large swath of jungle, raining bullet-sized death at high speeds. That's how Project Thor came to be. So instead of hundreds of small projectiles from a few thousand feet, Thor used a large projectile from a few thousand miles above the Earth. The rods from God idea was a bundle of telephone pole-sized, 20 feet long, 1 foot in diameter tungsten rods dropped from orbit, reaching a speed of up to 10 times the speed of sound. So, the rod itself would penetrate hundreds of feet into the earth, destroying any potential hardened bunkers or secret underground sites. More than that, when the rod hits, the explosion would be on par with the magnitude of a ground-penetrating nuclear weapon, but with no fallout. It would take 15 minutes to destroy a target with such a weapon. One Quora user who works in the defense aerospace industry quoted a cost of no less than $10,000 per pound. So back in the day, that would have been outrageous, but today, it's very feasible. Fascinating. And it says a core takeaway from the concept of weapons like Project Taurus is that hypersonic weapons pack a significant punch and might be the future of global warfare. Wow, let's hope not. Man, oh man. And then this. A young, healthy South Mississippi man suffers a stroke hours after receiving the J&J vaccine. The family of Brad Malagarry say they think the vaccine contributed to his stroke. And, all that I would say is do your own research. Do research before you put anything, I don't care what it is. Do some research before you put this stuff into your body. And then, hopefully he's going to be okay. And, it says let's see here. He returned to work, and within 3 hours, coworkers noticed he was unresponsive at his desk. And I'm trying to see here. I think he's in critical but stable condition. That's 1 week after being jabbed. Wow. Talk about your life changing literally overnight. And then Biden forgets who he is while discussing Osama bin Laden on TV. Look, we know he's not all there. It's not a big shock. And then you're going to see more of this. I reported in the last video that South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, she says we're not going to accept illegal immigrants. And I think around the country, you're going to see counties and states not accepting them as well. Let me see how much time I've got left here. Yes, I got time. Let's go to Breitbart here. Protesters build embattlements during the siege of Minnesota police headquarters. I know a lot of people, especially in these major cities, are wondering, when in the hell does this stuff stop? When do we get somebody in there that actually does something about these people? When does the insanity stop? And I don't have an answer for that. But I know this. Eventually things are going to reach a climatic moment. That's just common sense. Doesn't take any great genius on my part to figure that one out. BLM protesters attack media near Brooklyn Center Police Building. Democrats to unveil court packing bill, expands Supreme Court to 13. And by the way, I guarantee you, as time goes on, there will be very few people who will ever vote Democrat again, if any. Democrats to let's see here, Ann Coulter, Derek Chauvin, George Floyd in the case against mob justice, and that's what you got up there right now is mob justice. In a lot of these major cities, that's what you got. And then Biden administration says same things about American racism that China USSR used to say. Biden claims falsely he vowed to pursue Osama bin Laden to the gates of hell. He doesn't even remember what he said. He doesn't even remember what he had for lunch. Come on. Neocons, foreign policy establishment push to keep its military involvement in Afghanistan. Look, we know they want war forever. Forever war. Blackburn to corporate CEOs, newfound liberal politics, stick to their knitting. They're going to rue the day that they ever angered the conservative Americans. And then read, Trump incited violent white extremism much the way bin Laden did. No, Reed. That's you, the Democrats. You're the one who divides things, divides people. Florida House passes bill to keep trans athletes out of girls' sports. Good. Republicans secure a special election victory in Biden won district in New Hampshire. And by the way, keep in mind that we're going to see, as time goes on here, we're going to see more and more the people from the left and the right coming together to fight some of this stuff. Pro-life groups weigh abortion-derived cell line used in COVID vaccines. Jay Johnson, white grievance fueling principal threat to our country. Once again, all we ever see from the Democrats is division. That's all we ever see. Baylor refuses Jeep after dealers out of the hood comment. All right, don't take the Jeep. You know, you want to be pissy, You want to be like a little social justice warrior, you know? Anyway, California, illegal alien repeatedly raped child after failing to be deported. Man, my heart goes out to these kids. That's one thing you can't take back. That's one thing that when Trump and them come back in, they can't undo. The rapes, the murders, all that stuff. And then better dead than red. UFC's Rose Namajunas defends anti-communist comments. And then you wait until later on. You think those comments are bad? You ain't heard nothing yet. And then U.S. Cap Police report had advance warning of January 6th violence. They knew what was going to happen. They knew. And then border wall materials neglected after Joe Biden halts construction. And anyway, things are changing a lot every day. There's a lot of stuff going on. So when you hear people go, oh, well, that's just not true. Nothing's being done. No, nothing could be further from the truth. And in fact, with Trump being officially out of office, he's doing more than he's ever done. God bless you all. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, guys.